amount of the heat release outside of the CPU. So how many heat release outside the CPU, to then we can do this analysis with help of the ice pack. So this is known as the heat sink analysis or fan solution. And next, fort fort analysis. Fort analysis, the part of the third CFD tools. Fort is the targeted at the simulation of in cylinder combustion process in internal combustion engine. So internal combustion engine, which process exhaust gases is developed inside the engine. So what effect on the piston, connecting rod, many parts inside the cylinder head. Okay, so what effect of engine inside the engine combustion process? Knocking conditions. Everybody know about the knocking. When the unwanted fuels remaining inside the engine produce the knocking, so many parts of engine can be felt. So with help of this fault analysis, we identify which parts will be felt through the combustion process. So next, fan sap and ice. Fan sap ice. Fan sap ice is very important as a point of view of flight or aeroplane purpose. When the aeroplane flight on the sky, when the temperature is very below compared to the earth, so ice the in the flight icing simulation on the wheel of the aeroplane, wings, sides, ice freezing. So what effect of the wings and uh, wheel on the aeroplane? So we find out the failure with help of the FENSAP analysis, ice analysis. So this is the important tools which is involved inside the Ansys software, which is a fourth tools of CFD analysis. So this is the nice features which is have Ansys software flight icing simulation system. So this is related to the icing simulation system, which is performed on flights, helicopters. Is next. Last one, the different CFD tools on Ansys. Polyflow. Polyflow analysis is related to the uh, plastics flow formation. Here we can see that the accelerates design while shrinking energy and raw material demand. So we find out the polyflow analysis. Okay. Next, solver capability, ANSYS Fluent. What is the solver capability? Which types of the solver capability available inside the Fluent software? So we have discussed about the efficient and flexible workflow. Okay, Fluent is fully integrated into the ANSYS Workbench environment, a platform designed for efficient and flexible workflow. Then solve complex model with ease. ANSYS Fluent can solve your most sophisticated model for multi-flows, chemical reaction and combustion. Multi-flow means suppose that you analysis on a pipeline, gas pipeline, to gas flow and another as and dust flow inside the pipeline. Multi-flow analysis can be performed on ANSYS Fluent. Suppose that oil and another medium flow inside the pipeline, heat exchanger analysis, oil and water flow inside the heat exchanger, that is known as the multi-flow. Okay, and then heat transfer radiation. Fluent handles all type of radioactive heat exchange in and between the fluid and solids, from fully and semi-transparent to the radiations. Okay, that is known as the heat and radiations type analysis. This is the another example pictures. Here we can see that this is the car, then air strike on the car, then find out the stress and deformation and pressure on the body of the car. Okay, we find out the noise analysis or noise analysis related to the modal analysis. The features available in ANSYS is spread from the modal analysis. So we find out the frequency of any part. Suppose that the bike frame and any machinery. Okay. Then multi-flow analysis, in which the fluent IC engines work on the multi-flow analysis. We can do analysis on the carburetor. Petrol and air mixtures inside the carburetor comes, and what amount in drop inside the engines. Okay, so air and air and petrol, the two flows, that is known as the multi-flow analysis. Here we can see that the nozzle gun on a spray gun, that is example, another example of multi-flow analysis. Here the water and the paint inside the gun and mixes and the spray outside the wall. Okay, this is the another example of multi-flow. Then go to the solver capability, ANSYS Fluent. So in this diagram, we can see that here the exhaust system, this is the manifold or silencer. We told both. So this is the manifold inlet and outlet. We find out the exhaust system. This is the manifold any car, any bikes. So we find out the heating. What is the area of the heating will affected on the silencer or manifolds. Okay, this is the T section pipe. So we find out the T section pipe erosion rate here. Solver capability CFX. This is the CFX, the ANSYS CFX solver. ANSYS CFX software is a high performance, generally purpose fluid dynamic program that engineer have applied to solve wide ranging fluid flow problem. At the heart of the CFX, it advanced solver technology, the key of achieving reliable and accurate solution quickly and robust design. Because we can see that the turbine blades analysis, very complicated geometry will be analyzed in this platform CFX. Then this is the Pelton turbines wheels, the turbines blades, and centrifugal pumps, and complicated geometry can be analyzed with help of the CFX platform. Now we discuss about the ANSYS M. So yesterday we have already discussed ANSYS M and ANSYS Discovery. So this is a new features which is developed in the ANSYS software, ANSYS M. So this is similar to the ANSYS. Okay. So we find out the static, structural, and CFD, all platform available in ANSYS M. And then next, multi-physics ANSYS M, in which multi-physics means up to 80% of cost of the product developed is determined by the decisions you make the early in the design process. Upfront simulation is digitally exploring design concept. Okay, then concept and testing critical design choice early in the product life cycle using the simulation. And M is an integrated solution for the 3D solution, encompassing the breadth of the ANSYS physics in a single modern user environment. On this platform, we can do, here we can see that this is the chassis of bike frame. This is the bike frame. This is the heat exchanger. This is the pipeline. Okay. So this is the valve, butterfly valve. So numbers of analysis we can do this ANSYS M. Yeah, this is the very important COVID-19. Yesterday we have a small discussion about the COVID-19. So social distancing, wear masks, and ventilator inhaling and drug delivery. So nowadays, an N95 masks available in your market, medical stores, and face shield cover are available. These products will be analysis. These products have already analysis with platform on the ANSYS. So we can see that this is the social distancing. So distance of 1 meter and 2 meter away. Here the cup simulation, 1 meter distance, 2%. So the marks wear by the 1%, and this is the simulation of the cup simulation. Okay, this is the cup simulation analysis with the 1 meter distance. When the another person stand uh, 1 meter distance, between the distance 1 meter. Then one person cuff analysis produce here. So how many velocity produce of the cup? So amount of the velocity we can see here in this analysis. So our marks is good or not. So in this figure we can see that the marks where a person, then cup velocity is high, so amount of cup spread outside the environment, that is not good for the another person, because there's more chance to the positive corona positive.